Hello folks, I'm Kev and welcome to my first look at Football Manager Touch 2018. A lot of you have been asking me for this video after we did the first look at Football Manager Mobile last weekend. It went down really well. By the way, if you're waiting for the series on that, don't worry, it's coming. And the same rules apply to this one. If you want to see me do a series on Football Manager Touch, then we need to get this video to 500 likes. If we get to 500 likes, we'll do a short season-long series on FM Touch to have a more in-depth look at it. But today is really just about exploring the game, having a little look. I am playing on the PC version. At the time of recording, the tablet version is going to be due out in about a week's time, and it's very similar to the point that the saves can actually be cross-compatible between PC and iPad, which is how I've used Football Manager Touch in the past. Again, full disclosure, as with FM Mobile though, I haven't played FM Touch for about 2 years, so I'm kind of having a little bit of an explore, getting an idea of how it's different to the main game. And we're going to start off, we've just appointed ourselves as manager of Peterborough. We're just going to have a little bit of an explore of the interface just to see how it's different to full fat FM18. And the big difference I'm noticing straight away is there's no dynamics. Dynamics is the big exciting feature on FM18 this year, but it's not here in FM Touch, because the idea of FM Touch is for it to be a lot more stripped down, straightforward, so we don't need to be messing around with dynamics. Similarly, on the tactics screen, we don't have space for 3 different tactics for us to be training and messing around with all that. We just pick a tactic. There's no tactical familiarity. The tactic either works or it doesn't. You don't need to train a new tactic into a team, which, to be honest, sounds quite handy. When you first join a club, again, in the interests of stripping out all the extra stuff and getting back closer to that sort of Championship Manager 0102 feel, that kind of time. We don't have press conferences, we don't have interviews, we don't have all of that stuff. So I just get welcomed to the club. They tell me who the transfers are, they tell me who's injured, and they tell me what to do. I don't get any input on where I'm expected to finish or my transfer budget or anything like that. I'm just told, here's 400 grand, here's a wage budget, finish in the top half. I don't know how our wage budget matches up. And we've got a little bit of wiggle room in our wage budget. There's none of the new scouting budget system in there. I don't know if scouting is on the new or the old system. It looks like scouting is just the old style of scouting. So if you're struggling with scouting on FM18, like I think we kind of all are a little bit at the moment while we get our heads around it, you can just do it the old way on FM Touch. If you want to go back to that, you can go back to that. Another area that's different, when I had a little explore of the game earlier today, your staff screen, far less complicated, far fewer staff, and there you go, you pick your staff. You don't have all that comparison between different staff at different clubs. You don't have 20 different sports scientists and data analysts and all that stuff. None of that is in there. You just have your basic staff like you did on the traditional old style FM and CM games. And if you're looking for simplicity and a quick FM fix, it looks like it might be the answer, really. It still has the team report screen, which is good. I like the team report screen. And player-wise, I don't think we've got much different on this screen, have we? Other than we've got the medical centre. The new medical centre is in. And any other changes? No. The club, that all looks right. So we can adjust budgets and can we adjust budgets? Yeah, we can adjust the budgets there. But we can't, and we can make board requests and things like that. We have a reserve team, but we don't have separate under 23s and under 18s. So it's just first team, reserve team. Nice and straightforward. Easy peasy. Right, what I'm going to do now, where's our schedule? I am going to play through pre-season. I'm just going to get the assistant manager to do it. Presumably I can do that. And we're going to play our first game in the season against Plymouth. If anything interesting happens along the way, I'll show it to you. So if we buy a player and anything's majorly different on there, we'll do that. But really, we've had a little explore of the game interface. I just want to see how a match is different. And I think that's probably enough for a first look at the game. So bear with me a moment while I travel into the future. Right, I've had a little fiddle. We're about a week further on. I'm literally only 2 or 3 minutes further on. I think this is how I'm going to set up, purely because this is how Posh play in real life. So I'm going to use a 3-5-2. In real life, those two are that way round, but Gwion Edwards can't play left back in game, it seems, so we'll do him that way round. And he's not much good at right wing back either. Can we actually swap them back? Is it going to let me do that? There we go. So I've identified the position I need to strengthen his right wing back, and we've already found one, and we've scouted him, Jordan Clark. I think this is going to be the guy that we're going to buy. So his estimated cost is that. We're going to make a transfer offer and just see how this differs from in the main version of the game. So firstly, can we pay on the Never Never? We love a bit of Never Never. There you go. So it's got the new style Never Never, but I'm so confused. Right, there we go. So if we say like 350,000 over installments. So this is all exactly the same as it is in the main game at the moment. So we'll make that offer. And then hopefully they'll come back and accept that offer. There you go. And we can negotiate a contract with him. So still fairly straightforward at the moment. Very similar to the main game. But everything just seems a little bit quicker, more streamlined. And yeah, we know Jermaine Anderson's injured. It keeps telling us. Right, how do we set this so that we don't have to do our pre-season friendlies? Because on the full version of the game, you'd do it on here. Actions? What's actions? No. It should be in the staff screen. Do we not have that as an option on here? Where's my assistant manager? Training and team report. Oh, how's training different? I mean, to be honest, I don't know what training looks like on the full version of the game. That looks like a different screen. It's not a screen I tend to click on very often on the full version, though. I don't know how we set this up so we don't have to manage pre-season friendlies, which is a little bit troubling. So we're going to amend the plan slightly, and we're going to play this friendly to have a look at the interface, because I don't know. We can hit the instant result button, I guess. Let's hit the instant result button and see what happens. Do not use play for the right. Oh, let's give it a match plan. Let's go for a big win. Yes. So we're going to get an instant result, and then we'll play Tranmere, I think, because by then we should have signed Jordan Clark, and we can have a look at how instant result happens, because obviously this is a feature that's not in the full version of the game. But there you go. I think it wasn't exactly a big win, but it was a win all the same. And have we signed Jordan Clark yet? And then we'll have a look at the actual match interface when we play against Tranmere. And I think I'll probably just take this save over onto my iPad. When I get the iPad version next week, I should just be able to move it across. There you go. We are... Oh, boost bank balance. What happens if I click that? This is micro... I forgot that you have microtransactions in this. So I can boost my bank balance by... Does it even say how much I can do it by? So I have to go to... Look at all these unlockables and things that you can pay... That's mad. So I can have a £50 million boost for $6.99. Presumably the editor doesn't work on this version then, because otherwise you could just use the editor for that. Yeah, I want to leave the store. I don't want to do that. We'll click accept. We'll sign Jordan Clark. He can slot straight into the team as our new right wing back. We have a little mini press conference, but it's just one question. Nice and easy. Clark can now come in on the right-hand side of our defence like that. I mean, he's supposed to be a wing-back, isn't he? Oh, well, he'll do. He'll come in at right wing-back, and that's our team. Sorted. That's our team for the new season. And look how fast it's moving through the game. You could... I mean, I haven't tested it. I reckon you could comfortably play through a full season in an afternoon whilst watching Soccer Saturday on this. And that's exactly what the appeal of it would be. Sat there on the sofa, iPad on my knee, watching the football whilst messing around, playing a bit of Football Manager. Right, we're going to use this team. We're going to go control. We're going to go... Should we go a bit fluid? Team instructions, these are all the same. So what do we want to do? We want to work the ball into the box. Let's run at the defence. Be expressive. There we go. Just to get something on there. We're not really interested in winning the game. What we're interested in is having a look at the match day experience, the match engine. So that screen, very different from what it is in the full version. I guess optimised so it works just as easily on iPad or have a tablet, rather than just being good for the PC. And that's all set up. That's set up with my preferred options. That's weird. So when you have a game, two different saves on normal FM18, your match settings don't change over. But when you go from FM18 to FM Touch 18, it brings your settings over. That is crazy talk. Presumably, the 3D match engine is available on the iPad version. I don't actually remember from when the last time I played it whether it is or not, but I'm gonna work on the assumption that it is, because I think it's the same game. It just ports straight across over onto tablet so that you can play it on the move. And I don't see why an iPad wouldn't be able to handle doing something like this. I certainly don't want to have to go back to playing 2D Classic, although we might have a look at 2D Classic in the second half, just so you can see how it looks on FM Touch as well. Presumably it's going to look exactly the same, because 3D certainly looks exactly the same as on the full version, I think. I'm not noticing any massive differences. It looks like just the normal PC match engine. It's got the new style stadiums and things. So it might actually be interesting to see if all this carries over onto the iPad, because I guess the stadiums and the little bits in the background, they might be the bits that it might be a little bit harder to achieve on a tablet, which might be why the game was delayed. I don't actually know why the tablet release of FM Touch was delayed, but are we going to grab another goal here? I mean, we're doing really rather well so far. Although, context, Posh did beat Tranmere 5-0 the other night in real life. So if we don't win at least 5-0, then I'm not doing very well. So hopefully we'll grab another 4 goals, and then we'll know that the game perfectly replicates real life football. Well, then, Danny Lloyd got a hat-trick in that game. I've not got him in my team. This seems like a bit of a mistake on my part. The whole game seems to be moving a little bit slower. Maybe we need to just pick that up. I think maybe it didn't carry that over from the full game. So let's make it move a little bit faster between highlights, because we don't need to sit looking at this. I don't know why anyone ever has the settings so that it's slower between highlights. Unless, I guess, you do your tactical fiddling without pausing, maybe. But I'm a pausing man. Let me know in the comments. Are you a pauser or not a pauser? That's terrible from De Silva Lopez. Goodness me. And Baldwin heads forward to Marriott, who, again, another really terrible pass. So I think straight away we're seeing there is a few people asked on the FM mobile video I did last week, how is it different from FM Touch on the iPad? Well, I think the fact that it can do this, it shows it is significantly different. So FM mobile is your traditional mobile phone version of the game. FM Touch is like the full version, just with some of the fancier, more complicated bits that people get a little bit frustrated with stripped out. So it's just buy players, pick a tactic, play matches, which, if you're not looking for that immersion and that depth that you get on the full version, if you just want a quick fix, or if you don't have as much time to play as you used to, which is something a lot of people say to me, that they watch my videos because they don't get time to play Football Manager anymore. I'm not saying stop watching my videos. I'm saying maybe check out FM Touch and play this whilst watching my videos. See, 2 birds with 1 stone. Right, let's change the match engine. Have a look at 2D Classic on FM Touch as well. We're not going to make any substitutions. So this is just the version that's in full Football Manager, isn't it? So we can zoom our camera right in. And so this is what the new 2D Classic looks like. Why is it moving so slowly? Does it just feel slow because it's 2D and I'm used to having 2D really, really fast? Like there, maybe. So I guess this is going to give you even more of that classic feel, because you've got your 2D match engine, which actually, if this is the one that's in the full version of FM18 now, it does look a lot better than it did right at the start of the beta when I wrote it off for the year. It's a big improvement on that, but still, I don't know if I can go back at this point. I do like my 3D now, but let's make some substitutions. So what's the in-match tactics like? We still go to this screen that we go to on normal FM18, which still don't like it. So we're still going to go through to that, and let's just make a whole load of changes, take everybody off, bring a whole load of... Oh, Idris Khan, I remember him from my stream save. He was the one bright spot of it. Have we made enough changes yet? Danny Lloyd, see if he can come on and grab his hat-trick. We're running out of players who need to come off. Let's bring Miller on up front, and we don't have any more defenders. There we go, so the defenders are going to have to stay on. There you go. So to finish off the game, a whole load of substitutions, and maybe a last ever goal on the channel in the 2D Classic. There you go. And it's Ricky Miller who scores it with an assist by Idris Khan. There might still be another couple of goals yet. That might not be our last ever 2D goal, and we get the replay in 3D. Oh, these were the days. 2D and a replay in 3D. I remember these times. And are we gonna grab a fourth? Let's grab a fourth and a fifth. Let's replicate the 5-0. Apologies if you are a Tranmere fan and you're watching this and you're still recovering from the other night, and now I'm re-inflicting it on you. But you know, it wasn't my fault. I didn't pick to play Tranmere. Okay, I did pick to play Tranmere, but it hadn't occurred to me at the time why I was picking him to try and reenact history. I mean, match engine wise, this is completely indistinguishable from normal Football Manager 18, which, I mean, that's, if this runs on iPad like this, that's seriously impressive. It's going to be a big file though to fit all this in. I think I might have to do another one of these videos, maybe next week, and do it actually on the iPad version just to see how it compares to this one. Because my understanding was they were the same game, but I mean, I've got an iPad Pro. It should handle it, but it's not gonna run well on a smaller or less powerful tablet, which I thought that was kind of the idea. But I guess Football Manager Mobile runs on tablet as well, so maybe this is meant for the real high-end tablets. And if you've got something slightly lower down on the size or power scale, then you go for FM Mobile. Football Manager games for everybody. What a world we live in. All these different options. Right, we're going to grab the fifth. We've got to grab the fifth, even though we've conceded now. But no, 4-1. I can live with a 4-1. We'll leave the match. And with that, we will leave the video as well. As I said at the start, if you'd like to see me do something a little bit more of an in-depth look at FM Touch, so like a full season, I'm talking 10, 15 episodes of a series, so you can really get stuck into the meat of the game and find out all those subtle little differences, then we need to get to at least 500 likes on this video. So if you have enjoyed it, or if you just want to see me do a series on FM Touch, make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there. Let me know down in the comments if we do a series, whether you'd like to see it on the PC version or the iPad version, because that's a discussion to have as well. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more daily Football Manager 18 content. 4 PM and 9 PM every day. We've got something new for you on Football Manager 2018 every single day. And thank you very much for watching.